My girlfriend texted, "We need to talk. I want a break to figure things out." I replied, "Okay, take your time." Then she sent another message. "Also, I'm pregnant, but it's not yours." I responded, "Congratulations on your new journey." Then I blocked her and sent her confession screenshot to her father. The chaos that followed was legendary. So here's how everything went down. Because even now, weeks later, I can still remember that Thursday afternoon like it's burned into my brain. My name's Ethan. I'm 29, living in Ohio, working a regular office job that usually gives me more boredom than drama. But apparently life decided to compensate all at once. My girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend now, was named Hannah, 27, smart, funny, the type everyone thought was sweet and responsible, which only made everything that happened feel like someone pulled the floor out from under me. We'd been together for 2.5 years, talked about moving in next year, had routines, had comfort. I thought things were solid, even if the last 6 weeks felt weird, like she was drifting while pretending she wasn't. She'd been staying out late, glued to her phone, claiming girls' nights. That didn't feel real anymore. You know when your gut whispers that something's wrong, but you try to shut it up because you love the person? That was me. So when I got her first text at 4:17 p.m., right in the middle of updating a spreadsheet, I felt this sinking feeling that I'd been trying to ignore finally demand attention. "We need to talk. I want a break to figure things out." My heart dropped, but part of me thought, okay, maybe it's just a rough patch. I typed back, "Okay, take your time," because I wasn't going to beg someone to stay. Then 3 minutes later, my entire reality shifted because she sent, "Also, I'm pregnant, but it's not yours. I've been seeing someone else. I'm really sorry. I thought you should know." I just stared at my phone like it was speaking another language. My chest didn't explode. I didn't feel rage. I didn't feel sadness. I felt nothing. Cold, detached, like a switch flipped. My coworker, Mark, asked if I was okay because apparently my face went pale. But I just said I needed a moment. Inside, though, it was like all my emotions froze, so I could deal with the situation logically. I took a screenshot, both messages, clean timestamps, no commentary, and replied, "Congratulations on your new journey. I wish you the best." Send it. Block her on everything in under 30 seconds. And then, because Hannah's family is extremely Catholic and her father, Frank, a retired Marine who values integrity above everything, always treated me like a future son-in-law, I opened a new text, attached a screenshot, and typed, "Sir, thought you should see this. I'm sorry it had to come from me. Take care." Sent it, silenced my phone, finished my work, and drove home. I had absolutely no idea how big a bomb I just dropped. Friday morning, I woke up to 83 texts, 23 missed calls, and 14 voicemails. She tried reaching me through her friends' phones, her mom's phone, even unknown numbers. One said, "Answer, this is serious." Another said, "Young man, we need to talk about this maturely." A third said, "You're a piece of trash for telling my dad. You ruined my life." But the voicemails from Frank, the dad, hit different. Calm, steady, disappointed but respectful. He said he needed to confirm things. Then another saying she admitted everything. Then a final one, "You did the right thing. This isn't your burden anymore." Something about that voicemail stuck with me, because it was a validation I didn't know I needed. Meanwhile, Hannah apparently went nuclear at home. Her mom called a guy she'd been hooking up with, some co-worker named Luke, who told her he wasn't ready to be a dad and that he and Hannah had hooked up a few times. So now she's pregnant, single, and exposed. Her mom left me a cold but polite voicemail saying they wouldn't bother me again. But Hannah wasn't done. She sent messages from other phones claiming I destroyed her relationship with her family, that her dad cried because of me. I sent one message back. "You destroyed your relationship with your family by cheating and getting pregnant." I just told the truth. Lose this number. Blocked. 5 days later, her younger sister, Emily, reached out. She's more open-minded, younger, less intense than the rest of the family. She said she just wanted to understand my side. So I told her everything, how the text came unprompted, how I didn't force anything, how her sister had been distant for weeks. Emily got quiet, then said, "Yeah, that lines up. She's telling everyone you manipulated her into confessing." I actually laughed. She asked for proof. I sent the screenshots, and she said she'd show her parents. I told her to do whatever she wanted because I was done being involved. But then Tuesday night happened. Hannah showed up at my apartment around 9 p.m., banging on my door, screaming about how I ruined her life. My neighbor called the cops because she wouldn't leave. When officers arrived, she started crying, claiming she lived there, that I locked her out after a fight. I calmly explained we broke up because she was pregnant with another man's baby, showed them the texts, and presented my lease. One officer looked at her like she was completely wasting their time. She insisted she had belongings inside. She had maybe a toothbrush and a hoodie. I already had it bagged. When I handed it over, she accused me of hiding her iPad, which she never brought over. The cops asked for proof. She had none. They escorted her off the property and warned that she'd be charged with trespassing if she returned. After that, her mother called from yet another number, apologizing for bothering me, but saying Hannah was scared and alone. I told her that wasn't my responsibility. She said softly, "You're right. I just thought I'd raise her better." Something about that stung, not because I felt blamed, but because I knew she meant about her own daughter. A week later, Frank called again. He said they showed everyone the real texts, that Hannah had been lying to friends and relatives to protect her ego. He said she was moving back home, preparing for the baby, and that Luke, the co-worker, finally admitted he might be the father and agreed to a paternity test. Frank told me, "Her chaos is not yours. You handled this with class." Then weeks passed, and as if the story needed more absurdity, Hannah made a fake Instagram account to message me claiming the baby might be mine after all. I forwarded it to Emily, who sighed and said her sister was in therapy now. Then Hannah tried to add me on LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn. I blocked her there too. Then Luke messaged me on Facebook trying to clear the air, saying he thought Hannah and I were basically done when they hooked up. That was a lie, but I wasn't wasting energy. I told him not to contact me again. Meanwhile, according to Emily, who kept giving me unwarranted updates, Hannah's entire life was falling apart. Her job found out because she and Luke violated workplace dating rules. HR got involved. He got transferred. She's on thin ice. Her friend group ditched her, saying what she did was disgusting. Even her church community heard whispers, and in her extremely religious family, that matters. She's living with her parents again, too ashamed to go anywhere. Her dad barely speaks to her except when necessary. Her mom supports the pregnancy but is crushed emotionally. The paternity test finally came back. Yes, the baby is Luke's. And now he's panicking because he makes barely $40,000, has 2 roommates, and only wants to pay child support but not be involved. Hannah apparently wanted him to step up and build a family. Instead, she got reality. Meanwhile, I started to go to therapy because even if I wasn't heartbroken, betrayal still leaves mess behind. I learned to process the numbness, the anger, the weird guilt I felt for exposing her to her family, even though deep down I know I didn't do anything wrong. I fixed up my apartment, reconnected with friends, picked up hobbies again. For the first time in years, I felt my life coming back into focus. People argue that I was harsh, that I shouldn't have told her father. But they don't get it. She would have lied. She would have painted me as the villain who abandoned her pregnant and alone. She would have twisted the truth until I became a monster and she became a victim. I just made sure the truth got there first. And the man who mattered most, her father, told me I did the right thing. That was enough. 2 days ago, Hannah sent one final text from yet another number. "I know you hate me. I'm sorry for everything. You deserve better. I hope someday you can forgive me. The baby is a girl." I didn't reply. Blocked the number. I don't hate her. I don't even care anymore. She's just someone I used to know who made choices that blew up her life. Her apology doesn't fix anything. Her baby being a girl doesn't change anything. Her future is hers to deal with, not mine. In 3 months, she'll be holding a baby. I'll be living my life, probably not thinking about her at all. And honestly, that's the real peace, when the person who hurt you becomes irrelevant, when the weight drops, when you can finally breathe again. So that's the end of it. If you're going through something similar, trust your gut, protect your heart, and don't let anyone make you feel guilty for refusing to accept disrespect. Moving on isn't just possible, it's freeing. Peace.